The Book of the Dead is one of the most important religious texts of ancient Egyptian civilization, and it is a spiritual guide to help the spirits move safely into the afterlife. This text was characterized by its religious and symbolic depth and was widely used among ancient Egyptians to prepare for the journey after death. Background on the Book of the Dead, original name. This text is known in ancient Egyptian as Bert Mhro, which means out to the day. Content. The book contains a series of spells, propaganda and guidance aimed at guiding the soul of the deceased during the journey of death and beyond. Time period. The book originated during the Modern Kingdom, approximately 1550 to 50 BCE, but it is rooted in the texts of the pyramids and the texts of coffins in the ancient and central kingdoms. Preparation for the journey to the afterlife, the concept of life after death. Ancient Egyptians believed that life after death is a continuum of life on earth, but requires spiritual and physical readiness. Embalming. Embalming was an integral part of the preparation for the afterlife, where they thought the preservation of the body was important to ensuring the continuity of the spirit. The different stages of the spirit journey. First, crossing from the gates of the underworld. The book describes many of the obstacles facing the spirit in the underworld, such as the gates that must be crossed and the challenges that must be overcome. Then, the heart of the deceased. One of the most important scenes is the weighing of the heart of the deceased in the court of Osiris, where the heart is compared with the true feather, the symbol of the goddess Ma'at. If the heart is light and matches the feather, the soul is allowed into eternal life. Finally, the underworld. The book describes several worlds and risks to the soul, but under the guidance of spells, the soul can safely overcome them. Codes and signs in the Book of the Dead, the two Aziri eyes. One of the main spells in the book was aimed at protecting the eyes of Osiris, both the right and the left, where they are thought to represent the sun and the moon. Then chapters and doors. Each chapter or spell in the book was intended to open a particular door or overcome a specific obstacle in the afterlife. The Book of the Dead has had an effect on art and literature, the photocopic texts. The Book of the Dead was filled with symbols and hieroglyphics reflecting religious symbols in ancient Egypt and the impact on literature and religion. The book inspired many religious and artistic texts in ancient Egypt, and it continues to have a significant impact on our understanding of ancient Egyptian religion today. Closing of the panel. To conclude with the lessons learned. How can we learn from the vision of ancient Egyptians of life and death? How did this book affect the evolution of religious beliefs throughout the ages? You can use this structure to produce an inclusive and attractive episode on the Book of the Dead, which will attract your audience and interest them in how ancient Egyptians were prepared